Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi says he wants Uber to be an operating system for your everyday life. But what does that mean?
Xbox, Twitter, Uber,
Postmates,
Netflix, MoviePass,
Google, Facebook,
eBay,
DoorDash,
Apple, Amazon, Airbnb,
The Apptrepreneur. Hey everyone, this is Kevin, the Apptrepreneur. If you want your daily news of Uber, Lyft, gig economy, the streaming wars, app-related content, whatever, and you are brand new here, consider clicking the subscribe button and ringing the bell for notifications of daily uploads. Now then, we're talking about Uber today because we talk about Uber a lot here. And Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi has definitely taken a bit of a beating with a reputation recently. When he was first announced to be taking over Uber, we were hoping that the bad days of Travis Kalanick were over and that things would be a little better, and things, in fact, have gotten worse. Now, does that mean I want Travis Kalanick back? Not necessarily. I personally, I would like to see someone who's good at their job come into this position. That's what I would like, personally. But we are stuck with him. And Dara Khosrowshahi is in many ways exactly like Kalanick, except he's a little bit more suave. He knows what he's talking about, and yet he doesn't know what he's talking about. And it's pretty clear he doesn't know what to do with Uber. Now that the stock has actually tanked and lost like more than 30% of its value. In fact, today, I don't know if it's like this by the time this video goes up, it actually got as low as $28 a share, an all-time record low. And keep in mind, I assume that there's going to be another quarterly earnings loss announced on the fourth quarter. As someone who has bought a share in Uber, trust me, that does not make me happy. But I also think it's kind of justified with how they treat the drivers. Well, Khosrowshahi is probably really, I think he's preparing for another backlash on the earnings report because he has been doing major interviews in damage control and this new app design, which I kind of touched upon briefly yesterday, but let's talk about it a little bit more because this is going to be a major update because he says that Uber's app, he wants it to be the operating system of your life. Now, what is an operating system? Well, an operating system is kind of like a hub where all of your various programs, your applications, your productivity can be in one spot. Windows is an operating system. iOS is an operating system. Android is an operating system. Linux is an operating system. North Korea, by the way, has their own operating system. I forgot exactly what it's called. It's got red all over it, obviously. I don't think the Uber app can ever be an operating system. But it's not supposed to be literally an operating system. It's an operating system for your life. And as you can see, you might get a little clue about what he's talking about. Because that's a design of the app right there. And now, in some areas, this hasn't been expanded completely yet, you will be asked like, hey, do you want rides? Do you want eats? Do you want transit? Do you want bikes? Do you want groceries? Or more. So, when you open the Uber app, it's not just going to be rideshare anymore. It's going to be a little bit of everything. Interestingly, I actually am fairly confident he can pull this off because keep in mind, Dara Khosrowshahi was the CEO for years of Expedia. And Expedia was not, I mean, it's known as being a middleman for if you want to find like flights somewhere. But here's the thing, they throw in, do you want to get a hotel? Do you want to rent a car? Do you want public transport? They roll all of that into the website, and I think he wants to take that concept and bring it to a mobile interface. That's what he's doing. But let's look at this a little bit. So, Uber is getting a makeover. At a San Francisco event on Thursday morning, Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi unveiled the new vision for the ride-hailing giant, which will result in a major overhaul of the app. Quote, we want to be the operating system of your life. That means bringing all of Uber's disparate projects, including food delivery, transit passes, and e-bikes, under one roof in its unified app. For now, an Uber spokesperson said the service users can choose from will be limited to Uber Eats and rides. In the future, the company may include other services as well. Within the new Uber experience, instead of being immediately launched into a map to request a ride, users will be forced to make a decision. Do you want a ride, or do you want to see food delivery options near you? Now, that's going to be kind of interesting, because one of the reasons people like apps are because they're usually simple. Now, I am in favor of splitting up apps if they're going to have different functions. I'm not one of those people who needs to have everything all in one. Sometimes that can be a little, how should we put it? That could be a little overwhelming sometimes. Like when I tap my Google Music app, I do so because I want to play music. If I want to read a book, I will type the Google Book app. If I want to read manga, the Shonen Jump app. If I want to request a ride, well, it's either Uber or Lyft. And I make sure that I always have $5 to $10 in cash on hand for a tip, just in case. But Uber wants to unify all that. And there is something to be said for that too, because as much as I like having things split up, apps do take up a lot of space on your phone, especially when you have a lot of them. And so some people like the fact that, hey, it's all right there. It's all right there. Like, I believe for a while, like when we went to Disneyland, there was like separate apps for the Disneyland wait times and for the Max Pass. And then at one point, Disney just combined the apps, put all the features into one app, and that made a lot of sense, because the only time I'm going to be using that app is when I'm at Disneyland. But let's continue. Uber will be testing the new experience in 9 countries around the world, including the US. A company spokesperson said that those tests will begin in October for select users. Others, Uber said, may not see the new experience. That's which, yeah. And if the app ends up being a flop, you definitely won't be seeing it. The app overhaul comes as Uber announced a slew of safety updates on Thursdays, including a 4-digit PIN system for riders to make sure they're getting into the right car with the right driver. Now that, I can't believe that I didn't talk about that separately. I really wish I had, because that is a feature I have been asking for a long time. You know, hey, no what's your name stuff, no this, no. Hey, make a PIN. Make a PIN, type it in, show it to the driver, match it up. That's what I've been asking for a long time, and they finally did it. And then other stories came up that I wanted to talk about a little bit more. But I'm glad they brought that up. The update also comes just 2 days after its ride-sharing counterpart Lyft announced a redesign to its app as well. Lyft, which doesn't have a food delivery service, focused its new app experience on suggesting alternative travel methods to a car, like a bike, scooter, or public transit. It's really interesting that both Uber and Lyft want so hard to get into public transit, when public transit, by the very nature of being public transit, is not profitable. It's kind of baffling, really, that they're trying so hard to corner a market that doesn't make money. So, whatever. So, let's take a look at this app again. Well, here's my initial reactions. It looks easy to use. I do like that. It's pretty simple. I think 5 options might be too little. They might want to up it to 9. If it kind of depends what they're going to be going for at this point on. But yeah, I mean that's it's pretty cut and dry. It looks pretty nice. Again, the question is, how are they making money off this? How is Uber going to make money? That's what they need to ultimately answer to the shareholders and the public. Well, not the public so much, but the shareholders. Because look, Uber can put lipstick on a pig if they want, but that pig is still crapping money. And it's not gaining anything. They're still not able to make bacon out of that pig. So it's just creating excess. It's a mess. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a better analogy. But, I mean, it's almost like, since I just saw Super Size Me 2, it's almost like Uber's running a chicken farm. And yeah, they're giving away they're selling more chickens than anyone else, but they're selling them at such a low cost that it costs them more money to buy the chickens and to sell them than they actually take in. So, the thing about this isn't going to make them more money. It just isn't. And the shareholders, that's what they want. So I think they're going to, any shareholders out there who are new into investing Uber, welcome to the world of Uber. As someone who's a driver for months, I remember asking for Uber to fix issues with the payments on the drivers, take care of the drivers, begging them, making video after video, and then getting like a big presentation that we're getting a new app. So if you're pretty disappointed, like you wanted something substantial on how Uber was going to make a little bit of extra money, welcome to the world of Uber. This is how they dress everything up, a new app. So, again, looks like a nice app. I'm not saying it doesn't, but this is not going to help Uber's problems. But we're going to leave it there because there's not a whole lot more to talk about. Uber wants to be the operating system of your life. I don't know exactly what that means. I know they're going to get into loans at some point, but yeah, we're just going to have to see what that means because becoming the operator of your everyday life is going to involve services, not an app redesign. But what do all of you folks think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy my videos, consider becoming a Patreon member. It's totally optional, but even as little as $1 a month goes a long way to helping the channel run smoothly, and you get access to my Patreon's exclusive blog. If gas prices get you a little down, check out the Get Upside app below. It's totally free, but you get cash back on every gas purchase. If you want more content from me, check us out at Kevin T. Rodriguez, the Apptrepreneur Vlogs, and Autograph Hound YouTube channels. And finally, if you want to talk to me or other fellow riders or drivers out there, check us out at the Apptrepreneur Hangouts on Facebook. And as always, playing responsibly. Have a good one.